Taylor Swift just donated $1 million to fight hunger in America. But here's the question nobody's asking. Does celebrity charity actually solve problems, or does it just make us feel good? Today, we're breaking down the real impact of high-profile donations, why timing matters, and what happens to that money after the headlines fade. By the end of this video, you'll see celebrity philanthropy in a completely different light. Let's start with the facts. Just days before Christmas 2025, Taylor Swift donated $1 million to Feeding America, a nonprofit that operates food banks, pantries, and meal programs across the country. The CEO called it a powerful reminder of what's possible when we unite to end hunger. Now, $1 million sounds massive, right? And it is, don't get me wrong, but let's put this in perspective. According to recent research from Purdue University, roughly 14% of American households experienced food insecurity in 2025. That's millions of families struggling to put meals on the table. Feeding America's CEO admitted that demand is outpacing supply. Their exact words, "The lines are longer than the food available." So what does $1 million donation actually accomplish in that context? Well, Feeding America can provide approximately 10 meals for every dollar donated. That means Swift's contribution could theoretically provide 10 million meals. That's significant, no question about it. Those meals will reach real families during the holidays and beyond. But here's where it gets interesting. This isn't Swift's first major donation. She's given $100,000 to a family affected by a shooting, another $1 million to Tennessee tornado relief, and massive bonuses to her tour crew. There's clearly a pattern here of consistent generosity. The question is whether these individual acts of charity address systemic issues or just temporarily relieve symptoms. Celebrity philanthropy is fascinating because it operates at the intersection of genuine compassion and public relations. I'm not saying Swift's motives aren't pure. I actually think they probably are. But we need to acknowledge that high-profile donations serve multiple purposes simultaneously. First, there's the immediate impact. Money goes to organizations that desperately need it, and people get help. That's undeniably positive. But second, there's the publicity angle. When a celebrity makes a major donation, it generates media coverage. That coverage reminds people the celebrity exists, reinforces their brand as a good person, and potentially inspires others to give. Here's what's really interesting. Studies show that celebrity charitable giving actually does encourage fans to donate. When someone like Taylor Swift publicly supports a cause, her massive fan base often follows suit with smaller donations that collectively add up. So even if the initial donation is partly motivated by PR considerations, the ripple effect can be substantial. But there's a darker side to this equation. Some critics argue that celebrity charity allows wealthy individuals to pick and choose which problems get addressed, based on personal preference rather than actual need. It's essentially privatized social welfare, where billionaires decide what causes deserve funding instead of democratically elected governments making those decisions through taxation and public programs. Think about it. Taylor Swift is worth over $1 billion. $1 million donation represents roughly 0.1% of her net worth. For someone making $50,000 a year, that's the equivalent of donating $50. It's generous, sure, but it's also manageable. The real question is whether the ultra-wealthy should be relied upon for charity when they could simply pay higher taxes that fund comprehensive social programs. Food insecurity in America is not a new problem. It's been documented for decades. Organizations like Feeding America have been working tirelessly to address it, and yet 14% of households still don't have reliable access to nutritious food. Why? Because charity, no matter how generous, cannot solve systemic problems. Hunger in America exists because of poverty, unemployment, inadequate wages, rising housing costs, and lack of affordable health care. Americans waste approximately 130 billion pounds of food every year. That's enough to feed every food-insecure person in the country multiple times over. The problem isn't scarcity, it's distribution, economics, and policy. We have plenty of food. We just lack the infrastructure and political will to get it where it needs to go consistently. Feeding America's CEO said the lines are longer than the food available. That's a crisis. And while Swift's donation will help in the short term, next month the lines will still be long. Next year, 14% of households will probably still be food insecure because celebrity donations treat symptoms, not causes. Now, does that mean Swift shouldn't donate? Absolutely not. Her contribution will genuinely help people during the holidays, but we shouldn't confuse charity with solutions. Real change requires policy reform, raising minimum wage, expanding SNAP benefits, funding school lunch programs, and addressing wealth inequality. Those are political fights, not charity opportunities. Here's where I'll give credit where it's due. Celebrity philanthropy does inspire action. When Taylor Swift donates publicly, it normalizes generosity. It reminds her millions of fans that helping others matters, and many of those fans will donate smaller amounts that collectively make a real difference. There's also something to be said for using platform and privilege responsibly. Swift didn't have to donate anything. She could hoard her wealth like many billionaires do. Instead, she's consistently shown up for various causes without demanding excessive recognition. She didn't even publicly comment on this donation. The organization announced it. That kind of quiet generosity, especially from someone constantly in the spotlight, sets a positive example. It shows younger fans that success comes with responsibility, that wealth should be shared, not just accumulated. In a culture obsessed with conspicuous consumption, that message has value. But we still need to push for systemic change. Charity is a band-aid, policy is surgery. Both have their place, but let's not confuse them. Taylor Swift's $1 million donation to Feeding America will feed 10 million meals this holiday season. That's incredible, and those meals matter to the families who receive them. But if we really want to end hunger in America, we need more than celebrity charity. We need living wages, affordable housing, and government programs that guarantee nobody goes hungry. As a single mom, your support means everything to me. Please subscribe for more updates and stories like this. Thank you.